Yeah. You can build it, just make it soundproof.
Yeah. Big plywood board with arrows. Courtroom down Gravel Drive.
For the court only. Yeah. But they also, last year, they negotiated.
Oh, shoot.
some money, for,
What's that?
somebody.
I have to back it up so I can get you.
Check,
See.
missed a check.
You don't gotta give me. I'm fine left off of there.
Send that his way.
Check.
I don't know if the order matters, but.
Camera two.
They wanted like money to pay their own like Prairie's clerk and whatnot.
Jim is missing too.
Overflow, stuff from the court. Yeah, they're trying to make money off of it, and it's like, no. I think it got shut down last year, but that's because, like I said, I made a big deal out of it, and they came back with that. The guy from Eagle did too. He didn't approve it at first either. Yeah, well, like I said, and I think that's why he ended up just approving it. Without making a big deal out of it.
Oh, really?
because They pay so little in the first place. Rich Squirrel, I don't know if he's on the board anymore, or on the, but he wasn't too thrilled about it either. He's a very intelligent guy. I like him. No, I don't remember.
I can't tell what we're broadcasting. Are we? Oh, yep, we are. Nope, we're not. Yep, we are. I'm gonna shut this off now.
It's 6 o'clock, you ready?
Ready?
All right, I'd like to call the village board meeting to order. Everybody please rise for the pledge of allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call and open meeting law compliance check.
President Jeff Millies.
Here.
Trustee Jay Pecca.
Here.
Trustee Lynn Gunn.
Here.
Trustee Dylan Newman.
Here.
Trustee Jim Hirth.
Here.
Mr. President, note for the record, you do have a quorum of your village board. Also note for the record that Brett Bartels, our DPW director, is here, and you're in full compliance with the open meetings law.
All right, we have the ceremonial swearing in of trustee number 2, Lynn Gunn.
You want to swear, or do you want to swear? You want me to swear?
You swear.
Okay. Lynn, you can just stay seated, and just when I say Lynn Gunn, and then I'll read, and then you can say, so help me God. You ready?
Yep.
I,
Lynn Gunn.
who has been appointed to the village board to take the office of trustee number 2 on August 1st, 2026, to fulfill the term of office by trustee number 2, Gary Finch, for the village of Vernon. Swear I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability, so help me God.
I will, so help me God.
Congratulations, Lynn.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Let's hear it for Lynn. Sorry, Jeff.
All right, moving on to miscellaneous matters. Right-of-way damage at South 75 West 26205 Stone Ridge Court. And personal property owner requests to repair the culvert or ditch and Brett.
So, month and a half ago, I was called to the address on Stone Ridge, which was in your packet, and there was a sinkhole in the bottom of the ditch. Didn't make much sense to me. Hotlined it. Doug found a timber, also found in past county photos, it appeared to be a barn right at that location. So my assumption, you could see in the hole where we pulled the large timber out of, which you can see in the photos in your packet, there was definitely more material in there, but it was gonna go further into the personal property of the home. So then we reached out to Ramsey. I refilled the hole back in, took the timber out and refilled the hole back in, and we reached out to Ramsey, and more or less, he says there's quite a bit of liability there, if we were to proceed further into the lot. And he'd recommend that the homeowner dig out the remainder of it, in which case then I would side with him with liability. I just wanted your guys' opinion on, do you want me to further dig or not?
Mr. President, I do need to state the insurance companies did suggest that the village board follow the legal opinion from our village attorney.
How new is the home? I mean, is
You
it,
see the plat in your packet? It's old. It's old,
It's been there for a long time.
in the 70s.
The last photo of the barn standing was 70s or 60s. So it's been buried under there by the developer without anybody knowing.
well, that's what I'm saying, is how old is the current home? And does the developer have any liability? Or,
That's a civil issue, not a board issue.
okay.
Yeah, I was kind of understanding, if it was in the ditch, road right away, we would take responsibility and dig that out, but it's gonna go back into his yard quite a ways up to his driveway there, right?
It goes under his driveway for sure.
Yeah. At which point I think it's best if it's homeowner's responsibility, and any work that occurs in, digging a niche in the ditch, we can come back in later and fix that.
Correct. I have no problem fixing anything in the ditch. And I just wanted to check, how'd you want to proceed? Because I don't know how to fix the sinkhole without digging it all out. But to dig it all out, it would be in his yard for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we should dig on private property.
You the current landowner?
I am the current landowner, so I can
You guys wanna let us
discuss
come
and go
forward?
into this more.
I'm fine with
Why
that.
don't you come up to the microphone,
Thank
state
you.
your
Okay
name
with
and
that?
address, please, for the record.
Yes, thank you. I'm Raymond Matthew Collada. I'm the homeowner at the address. This is how when we got the house, I think the house is from like mid-75, I think, or early 70s is when that house was built. I am not the original owner of it. I did receive it afterward. When we first got the house, there was at that time, there was a bit of a dip in that driveway to begin with. I had always just assumed that was actually part of a root system from a nearby tree that was pushing it up. And, well, I will deal with that at a later date. Had been in the house for many years, and that dip has slowly started to increase. Within the past year, after we had the major rains, that's when the sinkhole appeared, and that's when my driveway sunk. It literally is now dipped down, and it's continually collapsing more and more here as the year goes on. I understand, I have tried to address this issue with private contractors. None of them are touching it because of the proximity to village property. So they are all throwing it, saying, hey, the village needs to take care of this, and we can't. So that's where I'm in kind of this conundrum of, I have inherited a problem that was clearly not, I had nothing to do with, but now the liability of all of it is gonna be thrown upon me. I don't know how much of a recourse I would have in terms of civil in terms of whoever developed that property. So my options here are fairly limited, and the replacement of the driveway itself is, I'm talking $20,000–$30,000 minimum. So The other thing that, again, kind of meaningless to all of this is, the other part of this is the address. There is a colorful history to the house. When I purchased the house, that was going through I would say, I guess a foreclosure, you could call it. But they were also, to clean out that house, from what I understand, it took 10, 30-yard dumpsters. And of course, when they did that, they were just dropping them on the driveway, and the driveway was smashed up. So the driveway itself always needed to be replaced. That's not the issue. The issue here is that I can't replace the driveway without this sinkhole being addressed. No private contractor wants to then touch that because, again, it is going into village property, and it's also undercutting the drainage system of the culvert system there. And they don't know how far that's going in, and there's also data lines that are right along that area too. So no one wants to touch it. So that's why I had to bring in Brett to say, hey, look, what do I do here? Because no one wants to touch this.
Do you have anything in writing from these contractors?
No, it's just been everyone that I've brought out. They've looked at it, and all of them they never get back to me. Let's just put it
I'd be
that way.
happy to, if you're stating that these contractors are telling you it's village's responsibility, I'd be happy to send that to our insurance company, not to the attorney.
Okay, I can do what I can see what I can do in terms of getting someone, but that's just the experience. That's like I said, that's what led me to reach out to Village here, because I was getting that pushback from every contractor that I was getting quotes for. So it's, to me, I understand that, again, this is a majority of this is on my property. I'm gonna have to replace this driveway. That's my cross to bear, but the issue in and of itself is way, I think, beyond my individual responsibility in this case, just because, again, it was a kind of a previously covered up issue.
I'm more than willing to meet with any contractor out there and explain to them that I'll take care of the ditch line if they dig out the hole and get the underlying problem, which is more than likely the barn that's buried in your
Right.
property. And so if there's the culvert itself, we don't do the culverts, that would be theirs. I would inspect said culvert, give them size and whatnot. But I'm more than willing to meet with a contractor up there to explain that we'll take responsibility of the ditch line, but they need to
But, okay, so.
excavate said underlying.
Yeah, so kind of have everything, we'll have to remain in contact and have everything go through you then. I guess then that's pretty much all that we can do at this point. It hurts in the sense that not only is the cost of the driveway was already expensive, I don't know what the added cost of this is going to be though, and that's where this is kind of the complaint is for me, is because this was thrown on me and I have no recourse to this. I'm just eating this, and it was like, I feel like I inherited this issue here, that again, it's going into a village, it's becoming a village problem, but I'm being kind of forced to deal with it all myself, so I'm a little, I don't know what my recourse is here, because I don't know how much money I have.
Have you tried contacting an attorney?
No, I haven't went to that point. I may have to at this point, but,
I would suggest you do that now.
I would too.
And do you have a copy of the plat?
no.
Isn't that what you guys dropped off? No?
No, that was just the county map
Yeah,
and old satellite
I mean,
views.
this is old.
Yeah. See, and that's it, and I know that, and it's, the area is large in and of itself too, and that is part, but the main, I think the main cavern of the sinkhole in and of itself is directly right under the driveway, or at least the one corner of it, and the whole side's just collapsing. It's just.
Yeah, because I downloaded the plat for the board, and then the restrictions that are on the plat are also included in this document, but you're welcome to take that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, yeah, so get your contractors, have them, let Brett know, he'll come out, meet with them, and I'll contact an attorney too, just to be safe and see if there's any recourse on.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I guess the only other thing that I do want to bring, I guess, to everyone's attention here too, because I don't know, I guess, sort of ask for advice here. On the other side of my property, right near Double X, near the speed limit sign, I have two trees there that leaning into the road and that fairly old, I think they're dying off. I don't know how much of, it's not a, it needs to be done tomorrow type of thing, but I want to bring it up to the village's awareness that that's something, because there's power lines directly across the street, it will take them out. So with some of the storms that have been going through and all that, I think it's something that.
Are you talking about Double X, the county road?
Correct.
Yeah, you need to contact them.
Okay,
Yeah, and if you make them aware, call their Public Works Department
okay,
and
Waukesha
tell them
County.
all your concerns,
okay.
all right?
So, very good, appreciate your time. Thank you. Good luck.
Can I make a suggestion to the board that we get an update on this before work commences so we know what our responsibility is going to be in the project, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Kind of reminds me of a movie where that subdivision was built on a cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it could be it could be worse, or there could be a toxic dump site there, but, anyway, I have to run to work, so I appreciate your help and attention to this.
All right, next item, rebuilding of the hub of the L70D wheel loader, right?
More or less, the wheel loader, our older one, the wheel hub is leaking pretty significantly. I got a couple quotes on getting it fixed. We don't have the proper equipment to lift a wheel loader and or press the bearings properly, so I called Airing, who services Volvo in the area, and they gave me the two quotes, one if they were to come haul it back, and one if they were to work on it here. It's something we need, we use.
I'll
Taking
second,
care of it, cheapest way possible.
I'll second that motion.
Are you tying it into the amount in the packet?
$6,838.96.
Brett, you don't anticipate that's a solid quote, correct?
I believe so. I know one of his quotes was goofy, cause the one showed like it showed both labors on there.
There's only one on that.
Yeah, the one says 7,800 and the one.
So the one that shows 9,900 actually shows a quote for both, is what it's doing. One is like $800 cheaper, about.
What was the $6,800 one?
Yeah.
That's, I think, just parts.
No, there's labor on that one too.
Oh, then that is the cheaper one then. Yes.
But then you scroll down and it has,
The next quote shows both.
in the email, it shows
Yes.
82 and 78.
Correct. So it's 78.
It's
It
not
is 78.
68?
78
Because
even?
the larger one has field labor and shop labor.
Yeah, so the larger quote is showing both. Both options is what it's doing. It's kind of confusing.
Well, you want to get the right
So the
price
lower
before they
quote
make.
is got shop labor on it, so that's not an accurate quote for having
The-
it repaired in the field. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yeah. That's showing what it would cost if they fix it in the shop, because it is cheaper in labor to fix it in the shop, but they're not showing the hauling charge.
I see. What are they?
So what is the correct amount, Brett?
The correct amount would be the
78?
second quote minus $2,384. Here, let me get a calculator.
So their first quote did not have a hauling charge,
Correct.
and the second quote also does not have a hauling charge.
That's because they'll do the field labor only, and there will be no shop labor.
Okay.
So we subtract that shop labor.
The 75 by 54,
$7,554 and
96 cents.
Correct. Where like I said, it's cheaper for them to actually fix it in their shop, but there's no hauling charge there, and I can't remember what his hauling number was, but it wasn't cheap, I know that. And I have no way to haul it there. I don't have a trailer big enough.
So basically, the lower quote is an accurate number, it's just misrepresented.
Correct.
Okay.
So the amount in the motion is 7554.96, correct?
Correct.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Now we have a change order request for $19,525 for Center Drive and authorize village president to sign. Which, that was on Center Drive again. Just do the DNR.
Not total,
Not totally, but kinda.
The last change order is because of them too, right?
Yeah,
oh, Wolf has a big,
yeah, so Wolf has caused a lot of this. Also, basically from the procrastination of paving last year and the rush to then pave before snow fell. And then, so basically the DNR wants to see the shoulders with the topsoil along the sides, like it was designed with not such a steep slope, just like the design was showing, which should have been done before paving. However, we had to replace fill with separate fill regardless. So the change order is for fill that they'd be hauling back in to put the dirt along the sides where the shoulder is very steep and bring it to a not so steep pitch, and to help the stone from washing away. And that's what the DNR wants to see before we can pull silt fence, in which they want that done before, hopefully we can pull silt fence this year. And they would like to see the work done before winter, so it can be done. Otherwise, then I would be concerned that they might start fining us, because we're the ones that hold the permit for wetland work.
and timing on those wetland permits are critical.
So we did, Andy, myself, and the DNR and Wolf all met out there. This would satisfy the DNR. This would complete the project. Basically, once green grew back in on the dirt that they would be replacing, center would be complete. And we'd be able to pull silt fence and be done with the project. Our other recourse could be to try to go after bonding or something, but that might put us past the DNR's deadline. And like I said, in which case, Wolf isn't gonna be the one that's gonna get fined, we will be.
And the village engineer did work with Wolf to get that reduced to the 19,525. It was higher.
How much higher?
I don't know. He didn't say.
Fortunately, since the DNR, we went with the first.
Push your
I would
hand.
say get this work done before we get a fine.
All right, is there a motion to, for the change order request of $19,525 on Center Drive and authorize village president to sign?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I got one more question. Is it something we could do or no?
Possibly, I'd have to do quite a bit of research, and find the fill that the DNR wants filled in. I know that's all set up right now. Wolf's just waiting for a verbal go-ahead, but I told him, I said I can't give him a $20,000 go-ahead without seeing you guys, so. It's not necessarily something that we can't do, but it would take some setting up, and then we'd have to get probably fill delivered. I don't know what the price would come out to be.
The engineer would have to be involved extensively, which is not cheap.
Yeah.
Why?
You can't have a no offense, on a project like this for the permits and stuff, you have to have a licensed engineer reviewing everything. Because
He's
of the
there, right?
permitting?
He's on they did all the research for Wolf to do it, did they not?
No. No, Wolf, they set up the specifications, it's Wolf's obligation to.
Follow
and-
the plans.
Right,
My question would be, why, what liability does Wolf have in this if it was supposed to be done to a specific project plan and a timeline and it didn't happen? And now we're paying to make it right. Do we have any recourse after the work is done?
You'd have to ask, you'd probably have to ask Ramsey that. You
No.
might,
I mean, I get not needing a fine and not wanting to go that route, but this seems like there might be some liability to.
you might, but I think they've hit the points they needed to hit, that you can't fine them for not having substantial completion. They've kind of placed us in a rock and a hard place now. This would be the second time.
Twice, yeah.
This would be the
They did it
second
with
time.
the GeoGrid.
I think the GeoGrid is different than this.
That's
It's,
separate.
it's a con,
And
it's
weren't the
the,
slopes changed because of the DNR?
Somewhat, yes. For the original design, yes.
it's the concept of a rock and a hard place.
The other thing to consider, though, is we only get them and Payne and Dolan that bid on our paving projects, and are we prepared to only accept one bid going forward? Because if we go after them for anything, they'll never touch us again.
Well, that would be good with me.
Yeah.
We did
I
have,
would be
wouldn't
fine
hire
with
them to-
we
Wolf
did
not
have
coming
3
here
bids,
again.
but I can
I
tell you,
wouldn't hire
I
them to do
would,
a sidewalk.
after the last project for Evergreen and Payne and Dolan, I would recommend spending a little more with Payne and Dolan than
Didn't we have 4
dealing with
last?
this with Wolf again.
But I'd also prefer they not know that.
Right. Well, we did have 3 bids this year, maybe even 4.
I thought
Did
it was
we?
4.
We usually get 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the timing of those permits are critical.
Agree.
I mean, we couldn't even do Center Drive when we did the other Center Drive because of the extensive permitting through the Army Corps of Engineers and the DNR. It's a big deal. And if it's not done to the DNR specifications,
Yeah,
and they're
like-
not happy with the fact that we didn't allow boat access off of somebody's private property, so everybody's mad.
It's not been fun.
All right, motion's been made. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Jeff, you want to get the sheriff in and out?
Sure. Yeah, Sheriff, you got anything to report for us, or?
I have nothing for you guys other than we all wish the construction to be done.
Amen.
Yes.
I think everybody can agree on that, but otherwise we have nothing. You guys have anything for us?
I don't. All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Be
Thank
safe.
you.
Thank you.
ATC utility lines and proposed substations.
Mr. President, there's no board action required on this item. As all board members know, you can't talk about an item unless it's on an agenda. And the only reason I put this on the agenda is you could see the information that we have so far. The letter that each one of you got from Mr. Hayes is retired from ACT. And he just gave me the information so that if residents want to start getting their information ready for when it goes to the Public Service Commission, if it goes, we'll watch it closely, but I just wanted to put this on the agenda just in case board members did have questions or did want to talk about it, because you are going to get a lot of phone calls from residents very angry about this, very, very angry.
Did I read the map correctly? It's gonna be on the Muskego side,
They're still negotiating.
and the 2 locations on the map are Muskego side, yeah, so.
I know some of the farmers that they've talked to, not that they're in negotiations, they've talked to quite a few different farmers. But he just mentioned they're in negotiations with 2 farmers at this point, so.
Which is more off of Crowbar and Edgewood where we originally thought.
I don't think it's in the village here.
And I'll just keep updating the board so that you're aware of everything that's happening. Unfortunately, there's not a lot you can do, but I just wanted to make sure that if you wanted to discuss it, you're more than welcome to, but I'll just keep you abreast of what's happening. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. All right, Village of Waukesha ALS agreement and authorize village president to sign.
This one does meet the chief's approval. So this one is ready for your approval and the village president's signature.
Question, this was reviewed by the attorney?
According to the chief, it was. And
Did
the
we
village of
receive an
Waukesha,
opinion?
the village of Waukesha's attorney is always at the meetings.
So did we receive any notice from the attorney that
We
it
didn't
was
send it.
reviewed?
We did not, the board did not authorize me to send this to the attorney. And then if we do send it to the attorney, he's gonna have to do a disclaimer because he represents both of us.
We sent one we sent one to him already, right?
We didn't
the-
send it for, we did not send any of these for legal review.
What? Yeah, we did. We should have. That was what we made the motion. That was, we gotta go back and listen to the minutes, because we made a motion that said, upon legal review. You know, that's in our, we're supposed to send any agreement to the village attorney.
Okay, so I'll send this to but before he does anything, he has to do a disclaimer because he represents both communities.
Right.
That's
All right.
standard, yes.
Or at least let him say he reviewed it and was fine.
I could have sworn he did the last one. I thought
He was at the meeting in the village of Waukesha.
nope, for us. And we
No.
got an email back. I could have sworn
Ramsey has not. I can tell you Ramsey. And John Macy is their attorney. We have Ramsey. I'll send it to Ramsey first thing in the morning. Do you want to table this?
I'll make a motion to table it then.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the other issue is when the chief saw the other contracts, he recommended, you can see the certain portions he had stricken, but none of these have gone to the attorney either. And I don't know if I would send the village of Waterford. They don't have no interest in signing an EMS agreement. So if you want, I could send the Big Bend, Michigan, and East Troy service area.
Excuse me, what's the
We're in a board meeting.
Should we be sending the same contract from what we get from Waukesha to the other?
The chief stricken no, it has information about paramedics.
Do we know why he struck that language?
It's all information in the agreement
Advanced life
for
support.
advanced life service. He's stricken all the things that talk about EMT paramedics. They don't do any type of that A through I. They don't do any of those type of things with those other communities that we do with the village of Waukesha. He had asked to have 5A through I, A, B, C, D, all stricken.
Okay.
so, okay.
So my question is, you did approve these, so you'd have to rescind that motion because you don't want to approve contracts that have never gone to the attorney.
Wasn't the motion conditional
It
upon legal
was.
review?
It was. I'm pretty sure I made the motion contingent on legal review. But we'd have to go back and listen to the minutes.
But then,
Either way, we'll send this one out of Waukesha to the attorney.
yeah, that can go right away, but I don't know what you want to do. The chief is saying, get rid of those 5A through, well, you can see where he highlighted.
Yeah, I guess take those out and send this one to the attorney too for other communities.
So you'd have to rescind your previous motion, and then just rescind it, and then since you have then I can send it to the drafts to the attorney.
Rescinding the tabling?
No, I would rescind it because you approved a contract that the chief said we shouldn't do,
Yeah, rescind the motion from July 2nd,
approving them.
approving the ALS agreement for the village of Waterford, Michigan, East Troy, and village of Big Bend.
I'll make a motion to do that.
I'll
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
each?
new ALS agreement with that stuff out and send it to the attorney for review.
I'll just, I wouldn't adopt them, I'll send those right away also. I won't send Waterford, because I talked to their administrator, they have no, they don't have any need.
That's fine.
It was a need when our fire department was teaching them the paramedic service to get them paramedic certified. It was an issue then, but they're fully certified, and I talked to their administrator. We haven't been there in 4 years, so.
Well, we might as well not pay to have it reviewed
Oh, I
if they're not
wouldn't-
gonna
yeah.
sign it.
Yep,
So that makes sense.
Yep.
All right, so should we, table the new ALS
Yep.
agreement until
legal.
legal review?
Or could you
Yeah.
approve it contingent on legal review?
It's up to you, whatever you want to do.
We could do either way.
What if legal has some commentary on it that needs to
Either
be
way, we
discussed?
got legal review.
I would too, I'd wait.
Just table it?
No, let staff send it into the Ramsey's for
Yeah.
review,
Yeah,
and then bring it back when Ramsey's,
with their opinion.
because I'd like you to see what he changes.
Yeah, 'cause who knows what he'll change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it would be best, get it legally reviewed.
Are you your motion or just all in agreement?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Authorize Vernon Fire Chief to sell an inflatable Zodiac VFD boat, trailer, and motor on Wisconsin surplus.
You see, the chief they had their new boat, and as he states in his memo, he'd like to sell the other equipment, if that's okay with the board.
No sense in having
No sense
two.
in turning it into cash.
I'll make a motion to authorize the fire chief to sell the inflatable Zodiac boat and trailer and motor on the surplus, Wisconsin surplus.
I'll second that motion.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. All right, changes to child safety zones for restricted areas for sex offenders.
Mr. President, as I stated before, the village board has been looking at these maps since 2021, and because of litigation that the village of Vernon was involved in, and some litigation that other communities were involved in, the board had decided to wait till all that litigation has been completed, which it has. So I wanted to put in the packet different examples of setbacks for child protection areas in the village of Vernon. And that's strictly policy.
I would prefer the greatest distance possible, which is 3,000 square feet.
Well, what was the decision on the litigation?
The last one, Lisbon won,
Yeah,
they won.
Lisbon one or the,
No, the Ramsey's litigated that, and the village of Lisbon won their case.
okay, that was what I was asking.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What was their distance requirement?
I didn't check.
No, okay.
But the only thing on the 3,000, you just have to make sure that in your community, there has to be somewhere, I mean, I hate to say, there has to be an area where someone can live. And you can see on the map, there is a subdivision where it would be allowed. As long as nothing pops up in that area.
I would,
You're in a board meeting. Just for the even though this packet is on, it's the closest to the village of Waukesha, up near the Vernon Marsh, next to the village, well, it'd be Village of Big Bend and Village of Waukesha. The streets are,
I just remember when we had Macy, he was always against increasing it, saying you're denying places to live. And made it tough too, because you gotta, not only do you have to have places to live, it has to be in different income or house value brackets. You know, so
I've never heard that, but,
That's what I remember Casey's always saying.
I remember him saying that too.
Yeah. So, but I'd be in favor of going for the maximum distance of 3,000 square feet, but it may come back to bite us one day, I don't know.
Do we need to have it, the options reviewed for the
If-
best?
well, Eric
Legal
Larson is a
option?
specialist with our law firm that handles that. If the board wants me to send the 3 maps to Eric Larson for his legal opinion and get that back to the board?
Suppose we should versus just picking,
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't think we're
I-
experts in this,
yeah,
so,
because we don't want to lose it in court
right.
based on
Well-
just picking one and not having the,
Well, and
Yeah.
we did, just so the board knows, we amended our entire ordinance
it's still lost.
per our legal firm, and we still lost. So, but I'll send it to, I'm gonna send it to Ramses and Eric, because Ramses is our lead attorney, but Eric is a specialist on sex offenders. All right?
All right, so we'll bring that back once we hear from,
The
So we're,
legal
we're at
opinion?
1,000 right now, and we're looking at 1,500, 2,000, and 3,000 is what,
Right.
okay.
And if he suggests maps in different increments, we'll do that and bring that to the board also.
Cool.
Sound good?
Is agreement okay, or do we need a motion to table pending review?
If you are, well, it's my understanding that the board has asked staff to submit this to our legal firm for review and opinion. Is,
recommendation.
if you want to put that in a motion, that's fine. I clearly understand what you want done, but you're more than
Hold on.
welcome to make a
I'm just
motion.
asking,
No, I think we're good.
as long as we have agreement.
Alrighty.
All right. Authorize administrative clerk to finalize codification of Vernon ordinances and authorize village president to sign said quote.
Per our village ordinance, anytime something goes over $5,000, even though it's in the budget, even though we plan for it, it always must go before the village board for its approval. So that's really why that's here. Our zoning code has to be codified, and that's the estimate for the codification of the zoning code.
How far behind are we?
Not at all. We're on top of,
Are we, okay.
Yeah.
We
we were way behind before.
yeah.
Yeah, we're on top. We're good. I think there's $10,000 in the budget for this. So we're way under budget.
Okay, with the price between $5,800 to $6,400 basically.
Zoning ones are the hardest ones to codify, because there's so many other parts of the ordinance that it affects.
All right, is there a motion to authorize administrative clerk to finalize codification for Vernon ordinances and authorizing village president to sign said quote?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. And we got resolution 2026-15, a resolution to combine all Vernon wards for the special primary on November 17, 2026, and election on December 15, 2026, to fill the Waukesha County executive position.
The only reason I'm doing this is they're predicting a 5 to 7% turnout. I will correct the second election in the title. I just saw the typo in there. But what I'll do for, if there is a primary for the county execs, I'm gonna combine all the wards and do them all here. That'll save us money. Even though the county's paying for everything, we pay county taxes. So that's the reason I'm asking the board that I can allow me to combine all of our wards into one packet for both. If we won't know till October 30th if there's going to be a primary. But I can tell you, I know of 3 people so far that are taking out paperwork for the county exec's position. That's just me. I have no idea what else is going on.
You're taking all papers?
No, I'm not. So I just wanted to get this to the board and pass that way on WIS vote. Everybody's gonna know I'm gonna combine the wards and everybody all voting. It's not, most voters aren't even gonna know the difference, but it does make a difference when, for personnel and staffing. I won't have to hire as many people.
Well, I'll make a motion to that effect.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. All right, bartender's application for Maja Nikolic.
Maya Nikolic. Sorry.
I'm terrible at
That's okay.
Maya, you just want to have a seat up here, just in case board members have any questions. Board members, you can see the application before you, and anytime there's anything on, any additional information to an application, it always goes to you for your review. The petitioner has paid all the fees, has completed all her classes, and this is ready for your review.
Any questions for her? We just gotta put you in the hot seat.
Just thought we'd get your nerves up.
Okay, they told me I had to come in to talk and discuss some things that happened when I was younger.
That's what we look at your record, see things to make sure you,
Yeah.
just ask if you learned your lesson and not gonna be a,
Well, it's funny because West Dallas and Franklin, they have a section where you have to write down everything, and then this application just says felony, yes or no, so I just didn't know. And then they're like, now we need this additional information. There was no spot on the application, but I'm willing to talk about it, but if there's no questions, then I'd love to keep working at Morningstar, pretty please.
you know, we realize everybody's not perfect, and as long as you learn from your mistakes, we're not gonna deny you an opportunity to work, so.
And I did talk to Jim, and he said she's an outstanding employee.
It was before the prefrontal cortex developed, you know. Before I was old.
I'll make a motion to approve the bartending license.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Maya will have your license ready tomorrow if you want to pick it up. Or you can send somebody, or tell Jim he's got his liquor license here, he can pick it up.
All right.
What's that?
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for coming
You
in.
did a good job.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right, correspondence and announcements. I really don't have anything to say, just that State Fair started today, and hopefully everybody gets a chance to go to the fair. It's always a fun time. Trustee Becca?
Well, I could not believe the amount of damage up in Nina and Menasha with that tornado that went through. It was about a mile wide. So when we get the warnings, please take the warnings very seriously. And since seeing the damage up there, you may want to check with your homeowner's insurance to make sure that you're fully insured and that you're not underinsured. That's it.
Trustee Gunn?
I would like to ask the administrator to check with our IT contractors and make sure that all of our patching, security patches are up to date. Microsoft just released the biggest patch in its company history of 570 security holes. And Apple is not immune to this. 155 holes were patched for Apple as well. So both for our community resources that we are liable for, and to the community members to make sure you do it at home too, because this is no joke anymore.
Trustee Newman?
I've got nothing.
Trustee Earth?
Nothing.
Brett, you have DPW Director report?
Moved into, I got 5 catch basins open, concrete ordered, finished those. Prairie side, been shouldering, park work, resealed the parking lot over here by the soccer fields and repainted it. Basically trying to wrap up as much as I can while I still got warmth. Gonna go and do a couple culvert pipes I know of that are failing. I did get notification not long ago, we did not get the grant for local small structures. A couple days ago, actually, they just emailed me. For I had put in a grant for one on Edgewood. Basically, yeah, trying to wrap up summer and move into winter stuff.
All right. Village Administrator Clerk report.
Board members, you all saw the letter that Waste Management is mailing out to all of our residents, which is going to be a godsend because our phones ring off the hook on Thursday with issues. Also, had Tammy post the FEMA disaster relief information for their tornado, in Vernon, or in the area in April. Also wanted to remind voters that I'm open tomorrow till 5 o'clock for up to like 80 people that are not asking for a return postage. They want to drop them off, which really helps, believe it or not, if you're having 4 elections in 1 year and now possibly 6, even though we're not paying for the other 2 county exec seat, and there will be an election even if there's not a primary. The mailing for that, if we do have a primary, the mailing for the primary for the county exec is the 27th of October. And all the voting for this election is going to be at the Village Hall, as it always is. So that's all I have for my report.
Let's see every Tuesday to vote.
Yes, from 7 to 8 p.m. That's it?
All right, we have the waste management levy registered and
Yep.
cover that.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to accounts payable for August 6th, fax number 2026-00806, the amount of $114,408.08. Brett, what vehicle needed a new windshield?
4,
That doesn't tell them anything.
truck 4, was it dump truck?
I thought you were saying four different trucks. I was like, what happened?
Oh, that's a lot of windshields.
Truck 4, while they were hauling stone, he caught a stone to the windshield.
Yeah, it just said windshield repair. I don't know which vehicle it was. Yeah. Or if it said 4, I had no clue.
Sorry, yeah, no.
But then
truck
for
4.
$600, if you got 4 windshields replaced, I'd be pretty impressed.
That's pretty good
It
on a big
happens.
truck.
I know, they're getting really expensive now with all the features. and
That's what
everything. It's not plain glass anymore.
Yeah, that's a heated windshield. That's actually a pretty reasonable price.
Are there any other questions on the APs? If not, I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable in the amount of $114,408.08. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Village board minutes, first one's from June 16th.
It should be 18th.
I was gonna say it.
It's a
says 18
typo,
on there.
but the 18th was in your packet.
Could we still approve it then?
Yes.
Alright.
If the district attorney calls, I'll take the blame. I'll pay the $50.
Mr. President, I'm going to abstain since I was not a trustee at that time.
On all in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's funny, I'm looking at the minutes now, and it says the attorney approved the contract for the ALS agreements.
I'll double check my emails. I don't remember sending them to Ramsey.
I thought yeah.
I thought Alex said they sent it to the attorney.
The chief did say that
I never did.
months ago at a
Yeah, that-
previous board meeting that they had
I
been
thought he
under
told you
review.
that.
He told us that it's never seen legal review, or it was saw it by their lawyer or their attorney or something.
Double check before you send it out.
I
Well-
think it was an assumption on his part that he assumed that they were reviewed.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 18th minutes.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes with 1 abstention. And we have the minutes from July 2nd. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from July 2nd. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes with 1 abstention. And minutes from July 16th.
I'll make a motion to approve the July 16th minutes.
For a second,
I'll second that motion.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes again with one abstention. Next village meeting dates. August 12th, we have plan commission at 6 PM. And August 20th, we have a finance committee at 5 o'clock, and then a village board meeting at 6 o'clock. A motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Jeff, I'm gonna give you these. Oh, shoot.
It's like the longest meeting we've had in a long time.